how's it going? Once again, my brothers and sisters in blue, welcome back to another Pokemon Top 10, where I give you guys my opinion on the game we all know and love. Not Zelda, not Mario, and definitely not any Xbox game, but it's known as Pokemon. So for my first top 10, I did my top 10 favorite Pokemon overall. So why don't I do a verse? So here you guys have it. My top 10 least favorite Pokemon. The Pokemon that I hate within Pokemon. Alomomola. Yep, coming in number 10 slot, we have Alomomola, the Gen 5 water Pokemon. Now I can simply say many things about why this thing is going into number 10. Well, for starters, there are always those Pokemon in every generation that Pokemon would live easily without making. And Alomomola is one of those Pokemon. And since the first Generation 5 games didn't have any interaction with previous generations until the post-game, Alomomola was that useless Pokemon that couldn't evolve. Gen 5 definitely, well, I actually can't say that about Gen 5. But Alomomola is one of the few Pokemon that doesn't evolve and doesn't do much. I mean, really, it's just a Mega Love Disc that isn't a Mega Love Disc. They could have at least done something to make it an evolution of Love Disc. I mean, level up Love Disc while holding the Heart Skill or something. I don't know, but they need a better use for Alomomola than being that stupid fish that makes Love Disc look better. Bringing it in at number 9, we got the Pokemon that occurs in James's past, Growlithe. Now, I hate Growlithe because of one of the 2 lost episodes of my Pokemon Silver randomized type lock. I had all my Pokemon still living. I had Beedrill, Igglybuff, Skiploom, Dratini, Hitmontop, and a Larvitar. I had no potions. I didn't decide to go back to the Pokemon Center to heal. And a trainer I faced used a Growlithe. And that Growlithe killed all of my Pokemon. Every single one of them were dead. And none of you guys were able to see the hatred that I now feel against Growlithe. But even though it's kind of my fault, I can't blame Growlithe that much. That's why he's pretty low on the list. But you have to blame him for something. I mean, come on. I know it's a computer character, but please. Why did Growlithe have to kill all of my innocent Pokemon? Okay, before you leave this video, just hear me out. This is my opinion. It's my opinion. And don't leave for this. Don't give it a thumbs down. Number 8 is Charizard. Are you still there? I don't know, but if you are, I hate Charizard because he's so overrated. And for goodness sakes, the guy gives more love than the mascot of Pokemon, Pikachu. I mean, Ash uses a Charizard in the anime, and it's his most overpowered Pokemon ever. Charizard gets 2 Megas in Pokemon X and Y. And then he actually becomes a Dragon type in one of them, which used to make him the only Dragon type starter Pokemon. And then to top things off, what can I top things off with? I can't really top things off with anything. I pretty much covered it. And now for number 7, I got a tie for 2 Pokemon. Electivire and Magmortar. So, the reason why I hate these two, let me explain one thing. In Generation 1, you can catch Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Where you can catch Articuno, you find Jinx. Where you can catch a Zapdos, you find Electabuzz. And where you find Moltres, you find Magmar. And then in Generation 2, we got Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby. Pre-evolutions to Jynx, Electabuzz, and Magmortar. Generation 3. Nothing happened to that trio until Generation 4, where Electivire and Magmortar came into the equation and left Jynx alone out of the trio to become a duo, leaving Jynx to be alone forever, where Electabuzz and Magmar evolve into these overpowered things with arm cannons and electricity, and they even have to evolve them by using the bogus trait evolution, by having Electabuzz hold the Electrizer and Magmar holding the Magmarizer. Why did they have to go and leave Jynx out of this? I feel bad for Jynx now. And they better give Jynx a Mega before they even think about giving Electivire and Magmortar Megas, because those two are jerks and they left Jynx alone in the dust. No matter how ugly Jynx is, they could have fixed her in Generation 4. You guys don't even know the half of it. Octillery. Yum. So, yep, number 6, we have Octillery. And the official art for Mantine, we see it just floating around, and underneath its wing, I believe, is a Remoraid. And we saw Remoraid, and when you think you're going to evolve it, you didn't see stuff beforehand, you get Octillery. I know it doesn't make much sense for a fish to evolve into a manatee, but for a fish to evolve into an octopus, that's even worse. And they could not have made Remoraid evolve into Mantine. Nope. Generation 4, let's just give it a pre-evolution. No one will care. Well, I do. I care that Remoraid was supposed to evolve into Mantine, and it was supposed to be living happily ever after. And Mantine doesn't even have a Remoraid under it when it goes into battle. And I blame Octillery for this. But I swear, next time I have Calamari, I'm thinking of it. Now we got several Pokemon that have different forms. We got Kyurem with his black and white forms. And then we also, well, I can't think of any more on the top of my head. But this next Pokemon is a form version of a different Pokemon. It is Rotom Fan. Rotom Fan is probably the least loved Rotom form overall, and it's in the lowest tier of all the Rotoms, if I am correct. With its electric flying type, it actually does not help with Rotom whatsoever. It has Levitate as its ability anyway. It's a huge waste of typing. And then to top things off, it even has extra weaknesses. Electric is not very effective anymore, even though it's like that with Rotom Wash. But then it also gets weak to Rock. Yeah, I know the other Rotoms provide more weaknesses, but Rotom Fan, in my opinion, is the most useless Rotom form ever. Why would you want to put an innocent electric spirit thing in the body of a fan just so it can use Air Slash? If you want a Pokemon that can use Air Slash, go Togekiss or Shaman Sky. Legendaries. There are a lot of them. I'm not even going to count them out right now. But this is going to be the only legendary you'll see in this top 10. And that legendary, my friends, is Phione. Phione is, in my opinion, the most useless legendary ever. I mean, for goodness sakes. It probably has the lowest base stat total out of any legendary ever. And then just because you get an infinite number of legendaries doesn't mean they're good. For goodness sakes, Manaphy, you beat with a Ditto, you get these things? These? Might as well not read at all. Ditto can be whatever you want, and you want it to help you make those? Those? who in their right mind would want to use a Phione ever? I mean, ever, no matter what, ever. Who would want to use one anyway? It is the most useful legendary overall. Why would you have an offspring of legendary that has a lower base stat total than the Pokemon that can be used to make it? Anyone who has played a Generation 2 game has had to cross paths with Whitney and her dangerous Miltank. Her Miltank is the most dangerous thing you can ever face with a gym leader. I mean, she's probably the hardest gym leader in the Generation 2 games. What? You got Faulkner with a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto that are 2 levels apart. Bugsy with 2 Pokemon that do nothing and a Scyther. You have Morty with 3 or 4 Ghost-type Pokemon. And what? There's only one evolution chain of Ghost-type Pokemon that he uses in his battle. Then we have Chuck, the trainer who only uses a Primeape and a Poliwrath. Jasmine, 2 Magnemite and a Steelix. Hashtag fighting type weakness. Then Price, Seal, Piloswine, and Dugong, I believe. And then Blair, dragon types. You go through a cave full of ice type Pokemon before you get to her. But Whitney and her Miltank bring up number 3. With no fighting type Pokemon to get before you face the gym, and with the Miltank having scrapped the ability to stomp on your ghost type Pokemon, and then having Milk Drink to get back all of its health, and makes Miltank one of the most annoying Pokemon to face throughout a Pokemon story mode. Sure, every other time you face a Miltank, you'll be like, it's a Miltank, I can just easily take it out. But when you face Whitney and her Miltank, you are in some deep shit. Okay, second to last. I'm really feeling it. And now, you guys are really gonna hate me for this. Please, don't leave. I thought you were gonna leave when I started Charizard. You're probably gonna leave when I say this Pokemon. Blaziken! Where'd you go? Oh, I didn't even get to number 1. Fine, I'll just talk to myself. I hate Blaziken because fighting fire starters are the most generic things ever. You have half of the fire starters become part fighting. You have Blaziken, Infernape, and last, and thankfully the last, Emboar. And I blame Blaziken for starting it. For starting the most generic starting type ever. The grass types have some variety. We have Venusaur grass, Poison, Meganium grass, Sceptile grass until its Mega became part dragon. And then Torterra grass ground, Superior grass, and then Chestnut grass fighting. Then water types, Blastoise water, Feraligatr water, Swampert water ground, Empoleon water steel, Samurott water, and then Greninja water dark. But half of the Pokemon that are fire starters are part fighting. And I blame Blaziken for that. That is who I blame. I don't care if he's an Uber. And also, he has one of the useless Megas. They're the Mega Pokemon that get the ability a Pokemon can already have. There's Scizor with Technician and Blaziken with Speed Boost. When X and Y first came out, you get a Torchic with Speed Boost. What do you get when you have a Blaziken with Speed Boost and use the Blaziken egg to Mega Evolve it? Ooh, you get increased base stats. Yippee, have a cookie. Personally, you can easily go for any better Mega overall when it comes to Blaziken. This is it. Number 1. The one Pokemon out of 700 that I hate the most. You want to know it? Do you really want to know it? Okay, here we go. My number 1 least favorite Pokemon is Sylveon. That's right. Sylveon, the stupid fairy type evolution from Generation 6, is my least favorite Pokemon ever. Ever. Fairy types are my least favorite type. I grew up with Generation 3. Fire and Leaf Green were my first games. I grew up with normal to steel types. And then fairy types had to come in and ruin it. No one likes fairy types. No one. And I blame Sylveon for starting fairy types. I mean, who else can you blame? You can't blame Florges. I personally thought that thing would be part grass. And then every other fairy type is just dual typed. And then for some reason, they decided to make Granbull a fairy type. Snubbull and Granbull. What part of them looks like a fairy type? None. I blame Sylveon for fairy types, and I hate fairy types. Enough said. Okay, so there you have it. My top 10 least favorite Pokemon. It's not easy for me to talk about them. So, once again, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to smack that like button below and subscribe for more videos that I make here on this channel. And I guess that'll be it for now. I'm Pokemon Brother. Out. And for any of you who are wondering why I've been fiddling with this entire top 10, it's a screwdriver. Just a screwdriver.